Hello and welcome to Playground Monthly. My name is Charlie and it is a pleasure to see you today. We are going to be talking through the Series 28 update. So without any further ado, let's check out the schedule. Up first, it's another month and we have a ton more races, challenges and photo ops for you to complete in the festival playlist. Following that, we're going to be talking you through some very grabbable car packs to make sure your garage is chock-a-block. After that is the Horizon Backstage, a super new feature coming your way, and I know I personally cannot wait to find out more information. After that, we've got 3 new cars, but how do you get them in Series 28, and what are they? Well, you're about to find out. Following that, it's Torben Tuesday Roundup. Did you figure out the gifts this week? If you didn't, stay tuned, as we will be cracking open the mystery. And finally, it's the updates and the fixes, my favourite way to end the shows. And I am joined this week, are you ready, folks, for the lovable combo meal deal? Of course, it's creative director Mike Brown and senior producer Tom Butcher. How are you, boys? Welcome.
Hey, Charlie. Absolutely great to be here.
Wonderful. Hey, Tom.
Likewise. Hey, Charlie. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. I love when people ask how I am. It's wonderful. It's fine. No, it's great. From here going forward, we're going to make sure that's in the show. But as I said, I'm great. And it's time to begin with the festival playlist, which, I said before the updates and fixes are my favorites, but actually I think this one might be mine. Let's start there.
Yes, because of course, this is where we get to see what everybody will be able to unlock over the next month or so. So first of all, let's start right at the top with those festival playlist rewards. For 50% completion, you can get yourself a Backstage Pass. What is a Backstage Pass? What does it do? Well, we'll find out more about that a little bit later on. 80% gets you the Toyota Truno, the AE86. So if you love drifting, you need to get 80% completion on your festival playlist. Into summer, and 50% completion gets you a brand new car, the GMC Cyclone, whereas 80% complete gets you another chance at their 2003 Renault Clio. If we could move on a click, there we go. So one thing I just want to call out at this point is the Forzathon Weekly. That requires you to have a vintage racer. I just want you to try and remember that fact for around about the next 12 seconds. Okay, so in the trial, you can get yourself another chance at the Rossian Q1, and in the seasonal playground games, another shot at the Jaguar I-Pace. Now, if we click forward. In the Best or Nothing season event, you can get the Mercedes-Benz W154. That is a vintage racer, which would normally set you back about 10 million credits. So if you're looking to do the weekly Forzathon, you could spend 10 million credits in the auto show, or you could complete this championship and get that car for free. Other thing to call out here is the Ferrari 488 Pista in the We Are the Competition season event. Now, if we move on to autumn. All right, so for 50% in the autumn, you can get the Zenvo TS-RS. That's the one with the crazy wing that does all crazy angles while you're driving around. And 80%, there's the VW IDR. And moving forward. I'm just going to quickly call out the Forzathon Weekly, which includes one of the greatest cars of all time, the 2005 BMW M3. The trial is another shot at the 85 Mazda RX-7. And clicking forward. That's right, we have the 2018 Ital Design Zeruno in the Hyperspace Express season event. And one more click. That's right, it's the 1973 Toyota Corolla in the One of Us season event. Now let's check out winter. Another brand new car, 50% completion in winter, gets you the GMC Typhoon, whereas 80% gets you another shot at the Ford Supervan 3. That's that van with the crazy racing engine in it. Another thing to call out at this point is the photo challenge. Take a photo of any Nissan in front of the Bamba Castle and then tag it with the hashtag Castle in the Sky, and everyone on social media will think that you're partying like it is 2002. Now, move on. There is, for the trial, the 1995 Toyota MR2. And in the playground games, there is another shot at the 1970 Ford GT70. Move on. And yes, there is another chance to relive your Sega Rally fantasies by completing the Rally Round the Flag season event and unlocking the 94 Toyota Celica. And if we click on to spring, Yes, so it is Old Yeller, 50% completion in spring, gets you the HSV GT SR, while 80% gets you the Formula D 599. And one more click. Yes, so the trial is another very, very expensive car, the Ferrari 250 LM, so don't miss out that. And then one click to close it all out. Yes, and last, but by no means least, is the Hennessey Velociraptor. You can unlock that car in the Into the Wilderness Championship, and may as well mention it while we're here, that McLaren Speedtail in the New Rules Championship. So all up, I think this update has some amazing cars, both brand new cars and returning cars. So there's absolutely loads to get your teeth stuck into this update.
And talking of lots of cars, I did say we were going to talk a little bit more about the Car Pass car packs as well. So should we have a look and see what we've got on offer there?
Yeah, so we've got a few new car packs coming this time. So we've got the Japanese Heroes. Here they are in their natural habitat, just beneath some lovely cherry blossoms. You've got the Honda NSX GT. We've got the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R, the Honda S2000, the Nissan Sentra Nismo, and just over in the corner there, the Honda Civic RS. So yeah, great collection of cars, all available as part of Car Pass, or you can get them through this Japanese Heroes car packs. And then if we go to the next image, the one common denominator of all these cars, aside from them being great cars, is none of them have roofs. So this is the open top car pack. We've got the BMW i8 Roadster, the Cadillac Eldorado, the Lamborghini Gallardo LP 570, the Mercedes SSK, and the little cute Jaguar C-Type as well. So yeah, again, all part of Car Pass, or you can pick them up in this open top car pack. Any favourites there, Charlie?
To be honest, I love a car in yellow. It really doesn't matter what it is. I just want
Really
a yellow
pops.
car. So if all of those were yellow, I'd say the whole pack. Just give it now.
Maybe the yellow car pack.
Yeah, that's it. If you could do a yellow car pack in the future, the Charlie yellow car pack, that would be great.
That Jag reminds me of, remember that Milky Way advert from the late 80s to early 90s in which a red car and a blue car had a race? That's what that blue Jag reminds me of there.
Yeah.
One for the whole family there.
You've just aged yourself there, Mike.
Just a tad. There was one more pack, right? Yeah?
Yes, there is one more. So this is a special one. This is for Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. So if you have a subscription to Game Pass Ultimate, you will be able to get a code that you can redeem in Forza Horizon 4. And this gives you access to 4 great cars that are already in the game, but really give you a bit of a head start. We've got the Honda 2005 NSX-R, not the GT version that's in the Japanese Heroes. We've got the Koenigsegg Agera, the Pagani Zonda R, and the Maserati 8 CTF. That's a 10 million credit car as well. So definitely worth redeeming that if you are a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber.
Yeah, and that Agera one, that's one to get. I was saying before, that's the one that I pretty much did all my speed traps in, was that one car. So definitely one to check out. But moving on to the next bit, this is actually my favorite time. Every time we get to talk about new features and new things coming, we do have the Horizon Backstage here, and it also feels a bit silly saying it's a new feature. I'll let you guys explain, but I'm really keen to hear a bit more about this.
Yeah, so eagle-eyed viewers might have spotted this mysterious H on the mini-map in the last stream. Definitely intentional. Glad people picked up on it, because we've been really sad if people didn't. And what a festival is complete without a highly exclusive backstage area. And you know, if you're at a never-ending festival, you're going to want access to those backstage amenities, nice clean toilets, that kind of thing. It's available in the world, and we're just going to watch this drive up to it, take us on a nice little winter tour. The festival site. There's the main stage. And we're just
I will say, if you've just updated clean toilets into the game, I'm sold. That's enough for me.
Yeah, so a lot of work to get that in. So here we are at the Horizon Backstage. So it's a place in the world, or it's also available in the pause me. Shout out to ZombGamer12, who was playing at the same time as me filming this video. So yeah, it's a new feature that launches, and it basically gives everyone a great way to. Essentially, we've added a whole ton of cars in the last couple of years, and this gives players a new way in which they can get access to them. So getting 50% in the series in the festival playlist gives you a Backstage pass, which you can then use to exchange for a car in the Horizon Backstage. You'll notice there's 4 in there at the moment. When it launches, we'll just have that 99 Lotus, but we also have this interesting tile here, which is Community Vote. So we'll be running votes where cars will face off against one another, and you, yes you, not you, Charlie and Mike, but the community players, yeah, well, you can vote as well.
I will.
They will be able to vote between 2 cars. Votes last for so initially we'll be running a daily vote just to fill out the Horizon Backstage. So we'll have that Lotus on its own, and we want to give him a lot of friends to play with. So in this instance, I've locked my vote in, and you'll get a little message saying how many other people have voted. So if you want to go on Reddit or Discord and get your friends to vote for, a car, try and sway the vote a bit of voter manipulation. I think that's okay in this instance. That will allow you to get to see that car get added to the Horizon Backstage. And like I said, we're going to be having a vote every day from October 15th for a week, and thereafter we'll be having a car added every week in a vote. So yeah, really exciting. Gives players another great way to choose what rewards they want to get. Sometimes people don't like the rewards that are in the playlist, and yeah, I think this gives people some great flexibility and choice to get some of those cars that may not have been in the game since Series 5 or 6. So yeah, really excited about this feature.
And
nice.
with community voting, never has democracy been more important than when you get to vote on which cars appear in the Backstage.
Wow, that's a selling factor for me. I love democracy. Right, okay, so we hopped on and we had a little look at the Series 28 cards earlier when we were in the festival playlist. Let's have a deep dive on them now, though, because some of them are a bit spicy.
Yes, they are. So right now we are looking at the GMC Cyclone. As we called out a little bit earlier on in the show, but you may have missed it if you've just tuned in, you can unlock this one for completing 50% of your festival playlist in summer. It is a really cool, really interesting car. So when this launched right at the dawn of the 90s, it was actually the fastest accelerating production car in the world, beating out Ferrari's fastest car of the time, which frankly makes no sense because it's a pickup truck. So it is an absolutely ridiculous car, really, really tuned to the really peak of its performance. And yeah, it's an absolute demon on the drag strip. Rocking at about 280 horsepower and 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds, or 4.5 seconds. That is a truck in 1991 doing 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, which is absolutely insane. And all this you could purchase for around about $30,000. But that's not all. The Cyclone had a sister car, which if we can click on to the other clip, we can take a look at the GMC Typhoon, which is a very, very similar car. It has the same engine, same chassis, but is the SUV version of the truck. So if you wanted to get a couple extra people in the back, then you could purchase this one. Also available in a suite of colours such as red and blue, whereas the truck was only available in black. Again, it is actually a really cool car because it just has absolutely ludicrous performance. It has a real cult following, and also has a few celebrity owners. Jay Leno used to use one as his daily driver, as did Clint Eastwood. So whereas you may imagine Clint Eastwood scowling at his Ford Gran Torino, he was actually trucking around in one of these, probably blasting people at stop signs and just blasting past Ferraris as the light goes green. Shall we take a look at the next car, Tom?
Yeah, so this is the Hennessey Velociraptor. Notable owners include Post Malone, which means after Malone, and they only make 30 of these a year, so that is 180 tyres a year. So those are your counting. Mike,
so
some more interesting facts on this car, please.
So Hennessey, So Hennessey, the manufacturer of this car, they are like a tuning house, and they've obviously taken the Ford Ranger Raptor and then tuned it to the absolute limit. In order to get that extra traction, they have seen fit to add an extra couple of wheels, which just opens up more possibilities when you're actually taking it off-road and wanting to move around in snow or wet mud. It's around 600 brake horsepower, all that out of the standard 3.5-litre V6 twin turbo that does come in the Ranger Raptor. It's just been tuned to the absolute peak performance. 0 to 60 actually is around about the same as the GMC Cyclone and Typhoon, which is interesting given that this is 30 years or so more modern. I guess that it does have the disadvantage of having to carry around about 3 tons of weight. But it's a really, really exclusive car. As Tom pointed out, Hennessey are producing very, very few of them. I think only about 50 for the US market. And prices start around $350,000. So if you have been wanting a Ford Ranger Raptor that had an extra meter of trunk space, then I guess this is for you. You can unlock this one, just to finish off, in the Into the Wilderness Championship in spring.
I love that car. There's just something about a car, not a truck, but a car having an extra set of wheels that's just fascinating to look at.
Yeah, totally.
I love it. What a mutant. Right. Anyway, so this week we're now going to move on to the Torben Tuesday bit. I can never get these, but particularly this week, the clues were actually movie gifts. So shall we try and unpack them a little bit? And I'll make some notes too.
Yeah, so if there's one thing you know about Torben, he's a big fan of 90s movies. And 3 of the 4 of these clips are from 90s movies. So the first one was from the hit movie Twister, which came out 24 years ago. Obviously a reference to the GMC Cyclone. Then there was a gift from Jurassic Park, which came out 27 years ago. Really frightening scene, actually, where Muldoon is stalking some raptors through the overgrown jungle. And the infamous line, "Clever girl." That's obviously a reference to the Hennessey Velociraptor. And then a gift from 92's Wayne's World, where Wayne and Garth get backstage passes for an Alice Cooper concert. This is, you guessed it, a reference to Horizon Backstage, not the AMC Pacer, unfortunately, which I think a few of you guessed. And then Torben is also a fan of jets. And we had the Eurofighter, also known as Typhoon, reference to the GMC Typhoon. And that was Torben Tuesday.
And how did everyone do? Did everyone manage it, or was it a bit...
Well, nobody got the backstage one because they were probably trying to work out a car that had something to do with Wayne's World, which, would reasonably lead them to Wayne's car. But it wasn't that. It was a feature you'd never heard of. Sorry, Garth. Sorry, Tom.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, everybody. I've let you all down.
I'm writing an email now. How dare you? Well, perfect. Let us know in chat if you did get it. And while you're doing that, we're going to reveal some updates and fixes coming up.
Yeah, so we've got an important one that we wanted to talk about. So this has been a bit of a long-standing issue, quite challenging to fix. Affects people who get error messages like application hang, that kind of thing. It's quite tied to hardware, so it was really hard to nail down. So hopefully it should fix the issue for a lot of you. And if you still continue to get it, as always, you can go onto the support site and submit a ticket, and we can take it from there.
Lovely. Well, that is everything for this month. Short and sweet, but some very good cars, a lovely new feature coming up. As always, stay tuned on the channel because Forza Monthly will be around very, very soon. But from me, from Mike, and from Tom, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.